Is it about to get a whole lot easier to naturalize? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States at our offices in St. Louis, Missouri and San Diego, California. In today's video, we're going to talk about some recent changes to the naturalization process. Specifically, we're going to talk about the naturalization exam. Now, back in about 12 years ago, maybe even longer, USCIS hired a bunch of linguist experts, history experts, and spent a lot of time and energy developing our naturalization exam. So for the longest time, it's been a test of 100 questions, and they ask you 10 and you have to get 6 right. And these questions were all formed based on what knowledge Americans had, what knowledge we expected new Americans to have, and there was a lot of thought and effort that went into this with people from across disciplines trying to make sure that the naturalization exam itself was fair for everyone concerned. And so that test has served the test of time. Many people have taken that test and have naturalized under that test. Some people have failed the test, and that's just how it is. So, historically, you get the book, you have the 100 questions, you practice, and if you get 6 right, they stop asking the questions. Well, during the prior administration, they wanted to make naturalization harder. They had declared war on immigrants and wanted to make it a whole lot harder. So the list of overall questions went up over 120 questions, and they were going to change it. They were going to ask you 20 questions, and you had to get 12 right. And for some strange reason, they even included the requirement that even if you get 12 right, the officer is supposed to keep going and keep asking questions, which is really strange. I guess they were hoping that people might say something stupid during those last remaining questions, even though they had passed. I don't know. These people had just hatred in their hearts for all immigrants and were trying to do everything they can to make life harder for immigrants, including making it harder to naturalize. Because, of course, if you can make it harder to naturalize, number one, that's going to scare people and get less people applying for naturalization. And more importantly, it's also going to slow down legal immigration to the United States, which was always their end game. Because if you can't get your citizenship, then you can't sponsor your mother to come to the United States. And that's what they wanted. They didn't want people, especially brown and black people, to be sponsoring their mothers and their fathers and their siblings to come to the United States. So in any event, as I always say on this show, elections have consequences. And with the Biden election and the changes at the Department of Homeland Security under the new director, we're going to start seeing things return to normal. And one of the things that are returning to normal is that they're throwing out Trump's new test. Now, this test was fashioned by people who hated immigrants. There was not nearly the level of inquiry or testing or interdisciplinary communications to come up with a good test. This is just something that some people who hated immigrants came up with, and were just trying to screw immigrants out of being able to get their citizenship. So we were very happy to see a few weeks into the Biden administration the announcement that they were going to go back to the old test. So it's unclear what will happen to the people that applied during that little time period, but I believe that everyone will get tested under the old standard. I think that old standard is here to stay for the foreseeable future. Now, Biden might end up changing it down the line, but obviously this is a low priority for him and his administration. And for now, they're just restoring things to normal, and they're doing that by bringing back the old test. So if you have questions about naturalization or about the naturalization exam, feel free to give us a call at 314-961-8200. You can email us at info@hackinglawpractice.com. Be sure to join us in our Facebook group. It's called Immigrant Home. We are answering questions in there every day. There's a lot of good discussions. People are talking about their processing times. You can get a lot of good information in there. Then, of course, on our YouTube channel, we have hundreds and hundreds of videos about the immigration process, and we'd be glad if you subscribe to that channel, if you shared it out to your friends so they learned about the channel. And then don't forget, on most Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Time, I will be live in the Facebook group and on our YouTube channel answering as many of your immigration-related questions as we can. Hope to see you there. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.